We're gonna start soon. What's up, everybody? We're live. Can we get a record on yours? Let's hit
Hello.
let's hit record on that. All right. Okay. All right, talk.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Third time. Charm.
Ooh, it's snowing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
That's gonna be terrible. Evie hates snow. Oh, that's not good. I hope she gets home before it gets bad. I have faith as well, but I just, yeah. But when you care about somebody, you still worry. Yeah, I got faith in you. Oh, what's going on? What do we got? Hello? Hello?
Welcome to Dispatch Track. Thomas Bellezza, this is an automated message from Levin Furniture and Mattress with important information for your delivery. Your delivery is scheduled for November.
We're live.
All right, that's good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Getting the stuff?
Yep.
Ooh.
Furniture has been confirmed.
I love it when things get confirmed.
We have been confirmed. What is that noise? Oh, it's your thing.
Oh, sorry.
Is it your thing?
Probably.
It can't be mine, right? I don't know.
All right. Let's do
It's
some
definitely you.
getting.
Yeah, it's you.
Definitely.
Good. That's the noise we need. It's not the noise we want, but it's definitely the noise we need. It's because you were putting stuff. What are you doing? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Thomas, do you think I'll pay attention today?
Oh my God. Are you doing one of those? What is this? What is it? Tic Tac?
It is one of them tic tacs.
Is this an Instagram?
Oh, you gotta do one of them dances.
Which one?
And tic tac dance. Go. Good job.
Did I do it? Oh, Jesus. Listen to that. All right.
Oops, that's the wrong thing.
What did you do?
I hit the wrong thing. Right?
Jesus.
Swipe.
Is that my phone or your phone? Oh, it's your phone.
It's always my phone.
That's crazy. Where's my tea? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, what's this? Hey, delivery solutions.
BBR Productions. Yeah. Then tag Thomas Bellezza. Doobie. Yeah.
Do. Confirm.
Ooh.
All right. Can we get your phone as far away from us as possible? Woo! That is totally your phone's hot. That's crazy.
That is insane.
I think it's because I have a media phone. It's like literally designed.
To not interfere.
Yeah. It's meant to be able to film and stuff like that.
Hey Thomas, do you think I'll pay attention today?
Nope. All right, let's do this. You ready?
I'm ready.
Can we get started? Did we get the chip chops away? Where'd you put the chip chop?
I mean the tic tac?
Where'd you put the chip chop?
What the hell's a chip chop?
Oh,
ready?
Jesus Christ. You all right? What are you having? A spasm attack?
No, I had to do like the thing.
You're not
like
recording. Look how bad the snow is now. Look at this. It's making me nervous. All right.
Yeah, the little red dots on.
I know. I just wanted you to double check. You know why?
Because I had to double check stuff.
You gotta double check stuff. See? Look. See?
Oh, look, that one's recording.
I know the red light is on, but I just want a confirmation.
Oh.
Is the light on? Can we get a double check?
Yes.
All right. So today we decided that we want to go over what happened on Friday. What was Friday, JD?
Friday was the award ceremony for the BBR Short Film Festival, the first annual
Said
festival.
Was that us? Yeah, and I just want you to know, we don't, I don't make this stuff up.
I make up a good chunk of it.
Yeah, and the dog makes up probably 99% of it. The other percent we don't understand because it's in dog.
Yeah, it's a little rough to understand.
It is.
You're welcome.
welcome.
I'll be here all week.
Well, then I won't be.
You're welcome.
No, so on Friday we had the first annual BBR Short Film Festival award ceremony
Live.
and I'll tell you right now, I would say it went better than expected. However, there were snafus because it was a first time event.
Yeah, there was definitely a couple things. I also have to practice hitting the unmute button.
Yeah, no, you were perfect because you did exactly what you normally would do. So we we're on schedule. No, but I would say the biggest thing that we ran into was that we were limited with how many people we could have in the room.
That was
so,
definitely that definitely required a lot of finagling, as my grandma would say.
Oh god, there was a lot of jiggle jangling and juggling, and
but we
and
got it to
everything
work,
else.
and I'm very thankful that everyone was very cooperative.
oh yeah, no one was angry. They weren't like, "What do you mean?" No, everyone was awesome. I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite experiences.
Well, you and I tend to, for the most part, surround ourselves with good people, so everyone's usually good natured, easy to work with.
What do you mean?
Well, I could say it in French, but I don't know how to say it in French.
Oh, it's
How'd that go? Je suis omelette de fromage.
I speak perfect French if
Quoi?
you don't understand a word I say.
I mean, that makes sense.
And they're like, oh, what does that mean? Well, funny you ask. It means, how are you today? I'm enjoying the fact that I could speak French and you cannot.
Oh.
Actually, the only thing I could say in French and Spanish at the same time is, oh, and English is no.
Quoi?
No. No. Anyway. All right. So I don't make this stuff up today. We're going to be talking about the festival. And that's why these are the nominees, right? But we also want to talk about what the awards mean, what you're looking for in an award. What are you looking for in an award? What makes you even, why would you, all right, before we get started, I just want to put on the
Wait,
table.
we haven't been started already?
Well, what I'm saying is our discussion.
Okay.
I would like to put on the table, I actually do not like competitions. I'm against them. But that is not why we did the festival. I will go over that later. But I personally don't believe you can judge art.
Agreed.
But with that said, what are you looking for when you're judging a category? What is your interest? Not a specific category, but like
In general?
In general.
Well, if I'm judging something, if I'm giving an award, I'm looking for something that, first of all, is going to stand out to me, and as a broad topic, because it could depend on whatever is going on. But like, I'm looking for something that's going to stand out to me, something that portrays really, really good quality, whatever it is that is being presented, whether it's a film, whether it's a sculpture, whether it's a painting, something that's. No, it seems like the creator or the creative team went above and beyond.
Oh yeah, all right. I'll agree with that. And we actually judged the films. We had 10 judges, and we told them to pick a 1, a 5, and a 10. That was it. Very simple.
No 2.4s, no 3.5s.
Yeah, if they did any of that, it actually goes down. So
Yeah,
like
we
if they
rounded
did,
down.
if they did a 3.4, we're like, it's a 1.
What?
Because we wanted you to be confident. You either wanted to acknowledge that the 1 represented that they just did their job,
As in the thing got made.
they did the bare minimum to do what they did. A 5 was a guaranteed that they went above and beyond, and a 10 is you got to look out for this person.
Because that's the next Marlon Brando.
That's the next Marlon Brando, or the next Martin Scorsese,
Or
the
Melina
next...
Brando.
Oh, all right. JD's last show. No, all right. But yeah. So we wanted to be very, very. Jesus, look at the snow, buddy. Look at it.
I know.
It's powerful today. It's powerful today.
What's crazy is that it's not sticking at all.
I know. It's like flaky. Looks like we brushed our hair. All right.
Oh yeah.
So so I agree with what you're saying, and the 1, 5, 10 I think really allowed the judges to stand by without going like, yeah, they were good, but were they good enough? It's like, look, did they do the job? Did they do better than the job? Like, did they add something to to whatever the award was.
And then, oh my God, they're literally glowing because they're the next prodigy.
Yeah, like we got to really
The
This is the
voting
next
system,
person.
I think, was pretty easy.
pretty simple, very straightforward. I didn't want to get into yay or nay. Like I wanted the judges to literally judge, and then the average number of the 10 judges. I think next year we'll do 11 judges though. We'll just go one over.
Yeah, because there were a couple of ties.
Yeah, there were a couple ties. Luckily, the robot destroyed everybody.
Oh yeah, no, like
The robot did win. By the way, the robot
did
win
supporting.
best supporting performer. However, is a robot. So
a 2-foot puppet robot.
yeah, the robot was a joke for us, and
We really enjoyed the robot. If you
Yeah.
can tell, it was wonderful.
Yeah, I love my robots. Robots, beep boop boop. That's why
Robots
JD and I
and
are best
guys.
friends.
Beep
Anyway,
boop.
so beep boop bom biddy boop, boom bom boom boom boom. Bah. But one of the awards we did was best sound. Now, according to the Academy Awards for Best Sound, what they are trying to recognize the finest or most euphoric sound mixing, recording, sound design, and sound editing, and is generally awarded to the production, sound mixers, or re-recording mixers and supervisors of the sound edits for that winning.
I mean, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like is the sound that you're hearing bring you in or take you out? That's really important. And
Is it realistic? Is it believable?
well, realistic is good too. But there are sounds that are realistic, but they can take you out because they might be badly edited in. Like a door might be. It's like watching
It's like
Kung Pao, Legend of the Fist,
that
where he's
was
like,
amazing.
"Hey, that's a lot of nuts," and you're like, "All right, that's bad." That would be bad sound recording, right? Because even ADR or the sound just in general. Can you hear the actors? Can you hear what they're touching? What are they walking? Like if they're walking on leaves and you don't hear the leaves, but you don't have to hear the leaves at 100 volume.
Yeah, it just has to be enough to bring you into the world so that's
Bring it.
believable.
That's right. And that's why it's and we're not even talking about scores, that.
Yeah, no, we're talking literally about just like the quote unquote sound effects.
Yeah, it just sounds like, like, can you hear it?
Is that what it sounds like when people drink?
Let me get some of this. See, the moment I go to drink, he has to check his phone to make sure he's getting boobs. You see me go over the drink, you don't even start to talk. You just go right for your phone. Is there porn on there? Be honest.
I wish.
Oh my God. Can I take a drink? Will you talk a little?
I'll talk a little bit.
Oh, Jesus. Of something valuable.
All right, so we're gonna sit here and watch Thomas as he drinks his not sponsored Diet Pepsi. Also, Pepsi should totally sponsor us because we love Pepsi. Dietary Pepsi specifically.
This guy over here.
Welcome.
This guy over here. All right. So for sound though, we had there were 3 movies. Three movies that ended up being awarded. Some categories had 4 choices just because there was ties.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the way it worked was you had Lars Deutsch for the film The Passenger, right?
Awesome stuff.
Yeah. All right. And then you had Barry Weir for Because We Can. And then Barbosos A. Cognac for 165 star. Just for the record, I completely butchered all those names. Anyway, the way we voted, came out that Lars Deutsch won for best sound.
He did.
And he had a very funny acceptance speech. He was in the bathroom.
His acceptance speech was my favorite.
Yeah. What I loved was it was bad sound. It was just, thank you. It's terrible sound. But that was funny. But he did win best sound.
He did add music at the end, which is really funny.
He did, right? Like he hit you saw him hit the button. It was like he had to get out of there. Like his time was up. So that was actually that was really funny. Get out of my head. What do you think of those 3 movies? Like how do you feel those were close movies?
It was Because We Can and 165 star. Personally, those scores didn't really stick out to me. The one for The Passenger really did, especially, I'm not gonna give everything away, but like as like the movie goes, from like the middle to like the end, it really just becomes part of the storytelling, and I felt like that is what
the sound, right?
No, not yeah,
because we're not on score yet.
my bad. Yeah, no, my brain's not
just remember
processing.
that unclick the mute button, please.
Unclick the mute button.
Oh shit, I don't have mute on. I have the mute off.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we're good. See, I'm
Woohoo.
able to recognize.
Hold on. Let me hit it.
Get away from it. All right, I'm gonna take another drink. Could you just keep talking about
And
what this?
hit the sound in the Passenger really brought me personally into the experience. Like there's a part in the middle where like you just hear like the buzz of like the neon sign that's like like hanging out there, and like it just grows as you're like getting closer and like farther away, and like as the camera like change position, like the buzz itself.
And that's important too, what you're saying right there, because like your distance from the camera as the viewer should understand that too. Like we shouldn't be able to hear
like
the buzz of the neons like super loud if we're far away. It shouldn't be like wow.
Yeah, if you're like 40 yards away, you shouldn't be able to hear it.
But
and it also shows perspective too, especially like when the camera's changing like from point of view of like the characters. You're like, oh, this is what's going on over there.
Correct. And honestly, I feel, by the way, I really loved 165 Star and Because We Can. I'm glad they were at least in the running for this award. 165 Star and Because We Can, as high as their voting numbers were, I feel like they used the sound from the day. Like I don't feel like they had a Foley, whereas with The Passenger, I believe they went and hired a Foley, and they might have mixed some of the and this is just me guessing. I don't know, but this was a reflection of part of my voting. Was in my head, The Passenger seemed like they went that extra mile and got the Foleys to really work on it, whereas Because We Can and 165 Star used practical on-set sound.
Yeah.
Like the door shutting and opening and stuff like that. But Ghosts. I love those ghosts. Anyway, if you're just joining us right now, we are doing a show reflecting on the award ceremony that happened on Friday. So
welcome.
Yeah, welcome and goodbye. All right. They're gone. All right. So moving on to the next category, let's talk about this. The score. All right. Now, according to the Academy Awards for Best Original Score, is an award presented annually by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science, to the best substantial body of music in the form of dramatic underscoring written specifically for the film by submitting composer. Some pre-existing music is allowed, though, but a contending film must include a minimum of original music. This minimum, since 2020, is established in 60% of the music, which is raised to 80% for sequels and franchises. That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. However, when we did judge, I was basing it on that too. And one of the films in the score category was Noisy. And honestly, they just used jazz music.
It was already,
so like
it totally fit. Don't get me wrong.
100%. However,
it would not necessarily go by those rules.
Yeah, it probably would not have qualified for the Academy, but this was a BBR Short Film Festival. We just wanted people involved. So how did you use the music? So we are not going by the Academy Awards definition when we were judging it. For me, I was like, is the music making sense to the narrative? Is it bringing us in? Does it take us out? Et cetera, et cetera. Let me explain the film. So we had Barry J. Neely for, I believe it was just Element. That had the robot in it.
Woohoo!
Lars Deutsch for The Passenger.
That did not have a robot in it.
It did not have a robot in it.
Unfortunately.
However, they also had 11 nominations, The Passenger, which is insane.
Which is crazy because there's only 10 categories.
Yeah, crazy. Jason Kronik for Noisy. And Jeremy Brittle for The Man Who Sold the World, which I thought was a fantastic film.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
So what are your thoughts on score, though? Like, how you feel when you were judging score? What was your purpose?
Well, I'm going to go back to what I was originally starting to talk about, and then you remind me that we're talking about sound and not score. So talking about Passenger, I think the score in that one really helps tell the narrative and pushes it along, especially when we get to the middle to the end, because it really starts to pull you into the world, and you really feel like the tension building. And I think that the score for me was like another character within within the film. My favorite score personally was
the Yankees in 19. Oh god,
funny story actually. was actually Element, because that entire thing just felt like a really intense, like upbeat, like
except for the first clip you found.
Listen, that was really intense. It was like, my god. No, it was more like, whoom, boom, 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 boom. Okay, we obviously were listening to two different clips, but anyway, I think that one was pretty much just like a really.
Oh wait. The
high-
explosions aren't a part of a score. You know that, right?
I know there were no
Yeah,
explosions.
but you just made the explosion note. You're like,
because I can't mimic multiple instruments at once.
but it's not an instrument. The explosion.
There wasn't an explosion.
There was an explosion when
Your
the
face
robot
is an
got
explosion.
shot at. Oh my god.
That wasn't part of the score.
I tell him, I go, hey, I remember there being like more aggressive. He's just like, no, it was 100% over the credits, and I'm just like, all right, buddy. And then he shows me this perfect clip, and I go, where the hell did you get that? He goes, oh, I just searched for it, I found it, and he's just looking at me like it was always there.
Anyway, I was trying to tell you that score for that short film.
Yeah, especially
Was
that
like-
part we used.
It just felt like a rock song, like a hard rock metal song.
right? It was like grooving.
Yeah.
The
Like the
part that we
entire
ended
time.
up using. Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, all of it.
yeah, absolutely.
Even the intense part that
You
was just
remember
like
we were talking about collaboration, and I was like, JD's a no man. No man's land. Anyway, the winner was Element, though.
Yeah.
Barry J. Neely won the Element, and he is a composer, so that worked out for him
Yeah.
and his
this
career.
that was his that was his first directing project as well.
Yeah. We can't say if he won or lost yet. Even his movie is in the final running for the best score, so we'll say that at the end.
Mhm.
I do want to go back to sound real quick because let's talk about the presenters. Originally, JD and I were going to just do the presenting, and then we asked a couple of other people to present, but we didn't get enough. So I would say literally the day of, we got people to finalize, and the day before we asked a couple of people, but the day of it was just like last minute. And
yeah, it was definitely a lot of emailing for a good like 24 to 48 hours.
yeah, I was grateful that everyone that we did ask said yes. I think we only had like one I can't because of busyness. Like when we started asking people.
Yeah.
But Mark Schwann was our first presenter for sound. He came in, he killed it. He did what he did. And obviously you could watch the award ceremony.
Yeah.
It's on the YouTube page. Just go to the film festival, and it's the last film, or you could just go right to the live videos or
Yeah.
uploads. And then for score, we had Emily Harris. So Mark Schwann, you can find him at
Schwann
your favorite actor.com, or and also he does like wrestling stuff, and he is an actor and a producer. He produces gas if he eats a lot of
I mean, most
heavy
people do.
foods, but
Listen, he's the Schwann and only.
yeah, he's the Schwann and only one producing gas when he eats a lot of broccoli. Now he's a good guy. He jumped in and he did the right thing. This is how to spell his name if you care. You can even find him at markschwann.com, but yourfavoriteactor.com is the easiest way to find him. You'll see that he's doing a lot of stuff, including not doing porn. So that's good. His
Yeah.
career is going up. And then if you're interested in Lars Deutsch, best sound, here you go, Lars Deutsch. I would look him up. He won best sound. So if you need someone to do your sound, he's a winner.
He is.
He's a winner. He did it. He made things happen.
Woohoo! High five.
High five. Anyway, and then here's Emily Harris. Now, how can we find Emily Harris, and what does she do?
Emily Harris is probably one of my favorite people on the entire planet. She's besides being a really, I said one of.
Hello.
One of.
No, I am the.
Like I said. Emily Harris
Good thing
photography, I
Imperial's
believe.
sleeping.
True.
He'd attack you.
Listen,
Alright.
he's number one always because he's
What?
a puppy.
Hello.
He's a dog,
The-
and he's adorable.
He is adorable. All right, so Emily Harris, your third favorite person from me. Go ahead.
Exactly. She can be found at Emily Harris at Emily
Oh,
Harris.
wait, what is it?
Photography.
Is it Hamas?
.com.
Hamas?
She's also the lead writer and editor for Midnight Children's Blog, which is a heavy metal hard rock, basically music blog site.
Isn't it Emily Harris photography.com?
That's not what I said.
I don't know. I couldn't. I'm just double checking.
I believe that is what I said.
I believe it's what you said too. But just so the audience knows, Emily Harris is on the screen, and then just add photography, which is photography.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, she was great. She just came in, she killed it,
was.
and she boom, boom,
And she
boom.
had like the snazziest, coolest like Halloween / actually
really did.
official looking blazer on.
Yeah. She came in. She was just like, boom, here it is. And I was like, all right, she looks good. She's dressed nice. She took it seriously. And then she gave us the finger and left. So it was really no. She was wonderful. I was grateful she was able to do it. And then of course the winner of best score, Barry J. Neely, he's on the screen. Barry J. Neely is indeed a professional composer. He does this for a living.
He composes.
He composes himself in meetings very well,
He does.
and he also composes music. So if you're looking for
And
somebody,
if he's doing video stuff, he wears all like the nice stuff on top and pajama pants at the bottom. 'Cause
Yeah.
Why be totally uncomfortable?
which is weird because JD and I actually do the opposite.
Mhm.
I'll wear pajamas on top and JD on the bottom. So
I'm so confused.
me too.
Can I have my skin
Me
back,
too,
please?
me
Thanks.
too. Anyway, if you wanna find him, what's his website? Do you know?
I believe it's just barryjneely.com.
Is there a .com at the end? Is that .com or is that like?
You have to write
Or is that period
DOT.com.
PERIOD? Oh, okay. Yeah. Barry, we're excited that Barry is in a lot of categories. He really deserved it. He put a lot of effort into it. It was just a passion project for him. He was
Yeah.
like, I want to do this to make a bigger film. I believe that's his goal, is to make that film into a bigger film.
He was saying that he basically was just like, you know what? I want to have fun with making just a fun action flick. And then, he basically just pulled a bunch of friends and acquaintances together, got it done.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on some of the actors that he chose? Anyone that you find extremely awesome?
There's this Zara Fussell who's fantastic.
Oh yeah, what makes her fantastic?
I mean, she's just
Like
really cool.
explain what makes her fantastic to you.
I really love the F-bomb that you dropped when she got blown up.
Oh shit! Oh, you gave it away. You gave away that she got blown up. Did she
Does
don't
she get
die?
blown up?
I don't think she dies in it.
I just said she got blown up.
Oh, she did.
You gave it away.
She blew up as in a career. She's doing a lot
Yeah.
of great things.
Yeah, she's doing voice acting for a lot of stuff.
Is
She's
she
on
really?
Voltron, She-Ra. She's the voice of the computer in the newest Lost in Space.
Yeah.
What else is she doing? She's Talia al Ghul in the newest Batman, Death in the Family. Although you have to get the DVD apparently, because if you go on Amazon, they cut out all the Talia parts.
Is that
You can't-
true?
Yeah, because it's a choose your own adventure thing. But you can't.
I was upset with that. I'll be honest.
I know. So was I. It's like I already saw Under the Red Hood. I want to see, Zara be awesome.
Yeah, but we rented it to see her, and we had to watch Element 14 times in a row. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, we just pretended that we're watching Batman. We put a Batman hood on the robot.
Very awkward night. Very awkward night.
Well, for the robot.
Yeah, for the robot. So casting. In casting basically when you're judging casting, ultimately what they're looking for is there chemistry between the actors? Does the actor actually represent what they're performing as? Like, do they have a good presentation? You can't just be like, well, I love Robin Williams, so we're going to put him in everything. And then you're like, well, he doesn't really work in this. Like, he has great dramatic chops or had, and a great comedian. But there are some things that he might not be able to do. And a casting might see that and say, oh, it would be great to have a Robin Williams. But at the same time, does he fit this piece? Does he fit this character?
Because I can't imagine him playing Darth Vader.
You know what? No, I just don't know what to do. Can we go older? No. All right. That's from Mrs. Doubtfire. You know when he's like putting the face on, he's like, I think we should go older. It's like,
I haven't seen the movie.
how
in
old
so
do you
long.
want to go? It's like his brother. Is that actor that has that voice?
Oh
on?
yeah.
I don't think you want to go that old. You look like Ma.
Oh my God, yes, I remember now.
I wish I could do Robin Williams. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's more like Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I'll get that. Owen Wilson. I can do Owen Wilson. I can do him. I can. He just won't sit still. All right. Anyway, so casting also part of that is is there chemistry, and do these characters embody at least the essence of the narrative of who that character is. So you could get a good casting person, but you might end up getting a bad casting choice, meaning you only get a certain selection of performers, and you say to yourself, all right, well, what can I do for this? And a good casting person will be able to sort out what they need. With that said, a lot of people were not posted as the casting. There was very few films that said casting, so we just assumed the director and or main producer of the short film. Again, these are short films; they're independent short films. Most likely were the casting, and
Because in most cases, that's what it was.
that's
'cause,
they'd be like, "Hey, you're my buddy.
like here,
I want you here." Right?
do the thing.
So this is a category that ended up having 4 choices. Alexander Bruckner for The Passenger. Elaine
There's that name.
Shu. Is it Shu? That's how you say Shu?
Yes.
Shu, yeah. Because We Can. Thomas More or less. 165 star. Emily Barton for The Man Who Sold the World. And we also had Elena. I'm reading the thing on the Alanna Dachille.
You're Italian.
She's Italiano. You gotta. I'm Sicilian, so I go e. She goes because she's more. Anyway, so she came in. She did her thing. She read for not read. She read the intro for casting, and she really gave it a little.
Yeah, she did like a beatboxing thing.
Yeah, she read. Anyway, her name is on the screen. You just add a .com to that. No space, and you could go check her out. She was a lovely addition to the ceremonies.
She's just a nice person.
She's
just
a nice
every
person.
time like I see her or interact with her, she's just always like a ray of sunshine.
Yeah, excellent handshake too. Excellent handshake. So the winner, the winner was Alexander Bruckner for The Passenger. He accepted the award by having Andrew Garrett surprisingly jump in to accept it out of his befuddlement.
Yeah, mainly his surprise because we were like, that guy.
I had nothing to do with casting, so people were
just there.
chosen. I was casted, so thank you, casting.
He had a good time being basically
The ambassador, the entire
for
night.
The Passenger. Yeah. I thought casting for the Passenger. By the way, this was probably one of the closest awards.
Who's the next one up again?
Well, Because We Can was, but we have the numbers. I'm not going to say the numbers. I don't want to say the numbers. However, I will say this was one of the closer categories. Editing, which is next after this, was also a very close category.
Yeah, and I really think that the two, was Ben and Andrew, the two leads in Passenger, really were very believable, and the chemistry between them was very genuine. I felt.
Yeah, no, it definitely had some
pizzazz. It had chutzpah.
Yeah,
You gotta have chutzpah.
You got to have the chutzpah.
Yeah, you have to have the.
You need to have chutzpah.
No, you gotta have the in the back of your throat. Chutzpah. You gotta sound like a purring cat. Almost.
Chutzpah. You gotta have chutzpah. All right. Anyway, I'm trying to look for some, but
What are you trying to look for?
well,
Did you find it?
I'm trying
How about
to.
now?
Who are you?
Did you find it? Is it over there?
Anyway, so
Find it?
Alexander
Mhm.
Bruckner won.
Mhm.
All
right.
What were you looking for in casting? That's my tea.
Basically, just that. Just trying to see if the people who were in the short were believable in the roles that they were in. And then again, having everyone be able to mesh back and forth together. Because if it felt like there was just no chemistry and they were just like reading lines at one another and they weren't really like, believable. I was like,
Yeah, your singer reminds me of that.
yeah, that's
In-
why I
in your
gave him the boot.
By the way, I have been trying to get JD to put a microphone in the center of the stage and just have like a light on it, as if he's always doing a ceremonial show for for his singer's passing.
That'll be really fun.
Right? Or I told him he should have a singer physically there,
And just always
Like-
standing there.
always but always getting ready to sing, and then realizing, oh no, it's not yet. And he's dressed as a dragon. I just ultimately,
That would be hilarious.
it would make the show. Everyone would pay to see that. When is he gonna sing? You know how much anxiety the audience would have. They're like, oh, he's about. Oh, and people are like, it's an instrumental band, dude. Oh yeah, I know. Oh look, he's gonna sing. Oh, got me again. This guy. And JD McGibney.
Listen, I could just get a giant animatronic Elroy and have him actually like up front.
Oh
holding
yeah,
the
because you could
microphone.
afford that.
I mean, I'll just build one.
People at some point.
Listen,
you
all I
think
need is paper mache, wires, and midgets.
Right. Cool, cool, cool. I love that everyone was saying cool, cool, cool last night, proving my point.
It was just Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bot. No, one of the other people said cool, cool, cool. That's why it was funny. I can't. We'll watch the video and I'll be right.
Whatever.
Do you think you're gonna have like a Hootie and the Blowfish situation where people are like, "Are you angels or Battlefield?"
There was no Hootie.
Yeah, there was no Hootie.
Oh, you're saying we have to choose Hootie or the Blowfish?
Because I'm a one time
Let her cry.
I dated this girl. She was redhead, and she was probably I would consider her my second real girlfriend. And anyway, I'm in the car with her stepfather.
Mm.
Hello, father, stepfather. Okay, anyway.
So you're in the car with the guy.
With this guy. And he turns to me and he goes, which I have a funny story, but I was told I can never tell it until he dies. So I have to wait till he dies to tell that story.
All right.
So I'm eagerly awaiting to be able to tell that on stage as a comedian. With that said, this story I can tell you because no one told me not to.
All right, story time.
He's in the car and he goes, Tom, which by the way I hate when people call me Tom. He goes, Tom, I just heard a band. I gotta put it on for you. You gotta listen to this band. It's such a great band. I know you play guitar, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you're gonna love this band. I was like, great. And he puts it on and goes, and I'm like, what is this? And he goes, it's Hootie and the Blowfish. And I go, somebody better shoot that fish. This is god awful. And he's like, this is gonna be the greatest thing. I go, I think they're no. This is why would you think because I'm a guitarist I would like this? Well, because it's like guitar music. I go, no, this is stoner music. And I play heavy metal, which is devil music. Two different things. Anyway, I'm here to pick up your daughter. Yeah, there's stoner metal. There is stoner metal, but
like Cannabis Corpse.
What? I was very disappointed. I quick other story with music like that.
Story.
I worked at Guitar Center when I was younger, much younger, and
back in the day.
We were able to control the PA system while we were building Guitar Center. Like we were loading it up. It was brand new. So there was no customers in there. It was just us. And we were able to convince the guy controlling sound for us to give them music. And we ended up giving them our buddy's band Talon, which is just basically Metallica light. And then we gave him like Tenebra, but like heavy Tenebra, not like when we first came out Tenebra, but like, heavier stuff. And he puts it on, and the guy was like, this is really good, but you want to hear some heavy metal? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like metal, And I was like, well, all right, let me hear this. And he goes in the back, and have you ever heard of a band called Soundgarden?
Oh, dude. It is definitely not heavy.
And I was like, this is not heavy. This is Soundgarden is rock. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
but he was like, "This is gonna be so heavy. You're gonna love it." And I was like, "This is not heavy. This is not heavy." So then there was another band he pulled out. What's that band that says, "If I had $1 million, I'd spend it all"?
Bare Naked Ladies.
No.
If I had
he died. He died of heroin after he had a child. Doesn't matter. He put that band on. He's like, "All right, I got another band for you, love," and he put that on. And I was like, "You got to stop touching them. You don't know what heavy is."
You're like, no,
you're not a heavy. Anyway, moving on. Casling. Editor. Let's see what an editor is. Oh,
I believe that they edit.
What did I do? Editor, when you're looking for an editor, you want to make sure there's continuity, good choices. Are we maintaining the 180 line? Do they keep you in the film? Are there cuts pulling you out of the film where you're like, whoa, that cut was crazy? Which you were working on some cuts the other day, and you could see just the slightest incorrect
just one frame difference,
and it just boom. You're like, oh,
or a slight zoom or a slight pull out.
Yeah. If you can notice it, that's bad editing. If you can't notice it, that's good editing. However, if there's a lot of cuts, that's also known as bad editing. You shouldn't have to have 13. There's a really great edit thesis on YouTube where they basically pull apart the Queen. The Queen
Crown?
by what's it called? It's called the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, that Queen.
Yeah,
you're talking about Royal Queen.
No, the Queen buy-up. film. And
Yeah.
there's this moment where there's basically 12 to 13 cuts in less than like 3 minutes. And some of the cuts don't make sense. When someone's talking, they'll look at someone else and they're not even looking where the other person was. And there's just odd cuts. And obviously the movie, it won. I think it won for Best Editor, which was insane. Or it was nominated for, and it won something. And people talk about it. It's like, if you can notice how bad an edit is and you're not even in the film industry, it's a bad edit. However, with that said, I thought these 3 films did a wonderful job with the edit. And again, we have Thomas Noel. I think it's pronounced Noel. Nolle. Or is it just Noel?
I think it's Noel.
Thomas Noel. A lot of Thomases.
If we're butchering the last name, we apologize.
Yeah, we apologize. So
it's Tom squared.
Tom squared. Tom's Because We Can, right? And then you have Chantal Keach. And that was The Man Who Sold the World. And of course, Leah Vrabelova, which was The Passenger. The Passenger ended up winning, right? So there's her name. I do not know how to find her, but if you put her online, I'm sure she's the only one with that name.
We have the Google.
We have the Google.
The Google search.
The Google. The Google. Don't give me that look, Jay. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. JD, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look, JD. All right. JD. All right. My name's JD, and I can sing. My name's JD, and I can sing. All right, that song's coming out soon. During this though, what were you looking for? As you're not really a film student, you're not someone of film. You kind of were pulled into this because you owed a mobster money or something. I don't know the story.
I think his last name is Bellezza. His first name is Thomas. But in order to keep it anonymous, I will leave the middle name, which begins with the letter J, completely anonymous.
Yeah. So this is JD's last show. All right. What were you looking for?
For me, being that I'm not originally a film guy, is that a good edit for me is something where it doesn't take away from me paying attention to the narrative of the story. So with Passenger, everything flowed extremely smoothly.
Yeah.
And I was able to understand whose perspective I was supposed to be seeing things from at all times.
Yeah.
So for me, that's pretty much what I was looking for.
Yeah, I believe it or not, I think The Man Who Sold the World probably should have won this award because of the complication between the cinematography choices, which were like fantastic, and the edits helped the narrative, like those cuts.
Yeah, that was. I'm going to agree with you there.
Yeah,
just because that one, I feel like the draw for that movie was the cinematography and those edits like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it influenced the story and the quick cuts. And they were very smooth. But again, this was based on 10 judges and, the
their scoring.
Their scores were very close, though. They were very close, like point something close, And
that's really close.
It's really close.
That's less than one close.
I'm glad The Passenger won, but honestly, I think I truly believe The Man Who Sold the World was the better edited film. However, The Passenger was probably more.
It was more cinematic.
Yeah. There was probably a greater sense of normality to it because it wasn't black and white and it wasn't a noir style film.
And it wasn't artsy in the way that
Noisy was. Noisy was very artsy.
It was very artsy,
which doesn't make it a bad film.
What I meant was it wasn't trying to push the envelope with the visual medium. It was pushing the envelope with the story itself and the thriller aspect. Whereas Man Who Sold the World, what they were trying to do was push the envelope with the cinematic, medium that they were using.
Oh yeah, and they were doing a great job with that.
Phenomenal.
They really what was that noise? Did you hear? Oh,
my chair.
And the presenter for that award was Elissa Piszel.
Ooh.
And you can meet just .com her name and you can find her. She did a great job. She came in out of nowhere. You introduced her, didn't you?
I did.
How'd you feel about that?
I felt good. And she was very happy and very excited with the kind words that you wrote for me to tell her.
Yeah, no, you needed that.
Listen, I'm terrible with words. That's why I write instrumental music.
Well, that's not true. You're not terrible words. You're really good with words because you're grandma, but like you're
No,
you're bad at writing.
No. I'm good at editing words. Because like when you give me stuff, I can be like, oh no, I got to put a period here. I got to change this. It grammatically doesn't. Like, this word spelt with a Q, and
Yeah.
you're spelling cat.
Why are you spelling cat?
There's no 5 in the word tomorrow.
What is going on?
I don't know. Did you break it?
Yeah, so find her out. She's a really lovely lady. She's what is it?
Oh yeah, and she also has the film that she produced and acted in.
Yeah, she did have a
It
film.
was in the Moon's Shadow.
In the Moon's Shadow.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. And she has a really she's good at improv and excellent handshakes as well. Excellent.
You know, I'm sensing a trend with all the people that we hang out with.
Yeah.
A lot of really good handshakes.
Yeah. It says here.
What about over there?
Best cinematography. I'm trying to find like what are they looking for? I'm trying to find like what are they looking for, just so I could give a definition and just say what we were looking for. But what is the criteria? Can you talk a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit. Yeah, so overall, everyone that we've basically mentioned that jumped in to help present at the ceremony so far, they're just people that we've known for a couple of years at this point. Yeah, you met Mark Schwann and Elissa Piszel on set, I think, originally, right? Was that?
No, Mark Schwann came to me.
Oh yeah.
But we met doing Romeo and Juliet as actors together, and
yeah.
then he came to me and was like hanging out at my theater all the time. And he did the first play at my theater, and I said I gave a speech to the actors, and he was like, "That's when I knew I needed to talk to you because what you said was true."
Listen, you have your fountain of knowledge, my friend.
Yeah. But sometimes.
I mean, sometimes it's a clear, beautiful water fountain. Sometimes it's a chocolate fondue fountain.
Yeah, but I do hate when people say, "Oh, people are drinking the Bellezza Kool-Aid." And it's like it's not Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
It's not Kool-Aid. It's probably Diet Pepsi.
If anything, it's more of like the fountain of knowledge.
Yeah,
It's definitely not Pepsi because Pepsi hurts my tummy.
yeah.
I can't do the soda anymore.
You can't do soda, no. Even when you're
Fun
sleeping
fact.
and I pour it down your nose, you just wake up. Like,
Hey, is that why you pee like 5 times a night?
you do pee a lot.
I do.
I used to pee a lot, and I had to go get something checked out. I just want you to know you should go to the doctor.
I've been peeing like that since forever.
That's not good, man. You shouldn't be peeing that much. You're not old enough for it to be.
Pee pee.
There are 2 basic mythologies where cinematography landscape. The first and more common is one in which the images are created in a physical environment, such as a set or a location. The method is one that we talk about frequently here at No Film School, as it's all about composition, physical camera movement, and lighting with physical features. Oh, that's fair. Being able to competently create meaningful images in this way is not only the traditional definition and method of cinematography, but its unique technical skill that requires of the DP or cinematographer, which a director of photography is somebody who makes out the shots, and they usually would have a camera person, and a cinematographer is someone who does both the DP, finding the shots, and operate the camera. Traditionally, though, other people might say that's not true. The other method of modern cinematography is one of which images are created digitally through composition. Oh, none of the films had that. That's when you use
CG.
CG.
Ooh, like the Final Fantasy movie from like a million years ago.
Yeah,
that had nothing to do with Final Fantasy.
That's right. Maryellen Molfetta jumped in last minute, and she was like, "I got this.
Woo-hoo.
I will introduce best cinematographer."
She did a great job.
She did a great job. She
Mazel
did a great job. Mazel tov! I met her on a Steven Spielberg film.
Ooh.
We were filming The Post with Tom Hanks, and we met Tom Hanks on his birthday, and he was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi." I was like, "We're both Toms," and he was like, "Okay." And then he kicked me off set. It was crazy. So then I snuck back on dressed as a woman, and I got to meet Tom Hanks again. No,
funny, we're both named Tom.
And he was like, huh. And then I got kicked off. Except this time I was like, "Hey, you're named after me." He's like, "I'm older than you, kid." And I was like, "That doesn't even sound like you." All right. Maryellen Molfetta came in. She did. You can't find her online.
Oh no.
She doesn't really have an internet. She does have an Instagram, but like it's I don't even know how to. It's a weird.
It's
thing.
on the Instagram.
Yeah, unfortunately, and she's such a lovely actress. She's an amazing actress. So I'm trying to get rid of. That's a terrible word. That's my like. Everyone says like or
So.
I say so. Cinematography. Jennifer Hook for Element.
Ooh.
Grant McAllister for The Passenger,
Ooh.
and Jake Bentley for The Man Who Sold the World. This category were the furthest apart of a majority of the awards, and there were still
You're saying score wise.
Number wise, and we had to have at least 3. That was our requirement, 3 minimum. But there was definitely a clear winner, and Jake Bentley
For Man Who Sold the World.
For The Man Who Sold the World, which we were talking earlier, it was just an amazing. And the shots aren't crazy. They're very simple shots, but the composition of those shots,
They're just beautiful.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
And going back to the editing conversation we were having, like the shots that they got worked so well with the edits that they did in order to pull the narrative through. Which they definitely went above and beyond in that department, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, the shots in The Man Who Sold the World were not designed to capture the dialogue. They were designed to be a part of the story. And to me, that was what pushed me over the edge for voting. I gave them, I wanted, that was like something I was like, I hope these people win, because the shots, there was, like you're saying, there was thought put into the shots.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't just like, hey, let's get an angle, or let's get a mid, or let's get a close up, or let's get the master going.
It was very meticulously planned out for them to do that.
Even the first shot, right?
Yeah,
it's like on someone's feet, and you see like a hand hanging there. It's just.
Oh
no, I think it's on a head, and then it goes to the feet, right?
No, the first one's on. It's on a gun, and then you see the back of the guy's head.
Yeah.
But like that shot, even though it's just the back of the guy's head, it's just it's
a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's just so well composed. It's so simple.
Yeah.
But like you get the feel of what they're doing right off the bat, especially with the just hearing the dialogue going back and forth without even seeing anyone's lips actually moving.
Why was there no lips moving?
Well, most people don't have lips in the back of their head.
That's true.
Funny story, actually. Oh wait, the snow's going away.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God.
How am I gonna make snow devils?
Hell.
How can I pee in the snow now?
Best screenwriter. Okay, anyway. And Jake Bentley is on the screen. You could probably find him. He's fabulous. A nice kid too. He's a very nice kid. For this next award, we asked our buddy Steven St. Pierre to jump on. He's been on TV shows like High Maintenance and stuff like that. He's a fabulous actor, but he's also a producer. He likes to do independent stuff. Likes to get people working.
Sounds like a cool guy. I personally have not met the man.
Oh, he's excellent. Guess what he has? Guess what he's really good at?
I'm assuming handshakes.
Oh my God, amazing handshakes
and making tortellini.
Yeah, and how'd you know?
Funny guy.
Have you met Stephen
St. Pierre? Obviously, means tortellini.
Yeah, him and I are represented by the same agency, which is nice. Yeah.
Small world.
Small world. Sometimes I'll go on an audition and I'll see his name. I was like, what the? And I'll call him up and be like, how did you do bad? And he's like, nah, I did great. And I was like, I was like, I had an audition too. He's like, oh, did you do good? I go, nah, I did great. And he goes, and then we meet up for coffee and throw it on each other.
But I'm gonna burn the skin off so you don't get cast.
Good luck being on camera, buddy. No, we're very supportive. We actually shout out each other when it's funny. We're like, oh, look, my buddy. I hope he gets it. So it's good because team rise together. You have to have that mentality of supporting one another.
Agreed.
Because it's not a competition. If he gets it, he gets it. If I get it, I get it. Whatever. I don't care.
Everyone is amazing, awesome, and unique as you say.
Yeah.
It's just we all have to recognize that everyone is amazing, awesome, and unique because there's only ever just one of us.
Yeah, I think I would get cast more though if I went into every audition and just went, one of the lines. and then they tell me and I go, okay, I'm ready. Go. Yes, doctor. I think I'm ready for the operation. No, I can't believe I lost my daddy. Right? Because
sir, those are not the lines. You're actually a serial killer.
Oh, okay. Let me try it again. Get over here, cornflakes.
I'm gonna milk you for every dollar you got.
Check, please.
All right, get in the bowl. I'm gonna eat you. Oh, could I be like a Jeffrey Dahmer, a serial killer? Because I'm gonna eat the Kellogg's. What do you mean, get out? I'm gonna be in Get Out too.
Yep.
Oh, you mean get? What do you mean, like leave? But did I get the pot?
All right. Screenwriter, best screenwriter. So Steven St. Pierre, he came in and he introduced best screenwriter or best writer. Show is basically what you're looking for. The criteria is showcase overall quality in the writing, including relatability, punctuation, grammar, spelling, and delivery of electrifying cinematic tension. Tone should be coherent and consistent. Script should revolve around the theme, but deliver it subtly. Give your audience something to think about. I talk about that all the time. Vague,
Subtlety,
but informative. It's even in marketing, you should be vague, but informative.
Can we just start saying, instead of vague, we say vague?
I'm so sorry that on his last show, he's just saying. Wasn't 2 shows ago his last show? Oh, technically.
Continuity.
He keeps coming back. I'm like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, we're going live. Get out. And he's like, no. I'm like, all right, fine. Get the mic.
Get the broom.
So for writer, we had Because We Can, Noisy, and The Passenger. That was Jeffrey Thompson, best hair in the industry. I think, what is it? His production company's like Best Hair Productions or something like that?
Great Hair Productions.
Oh, Great Hair, yeah. And
Yeah,
rightly so.
If I remember correctly, it's all of them.
Oh, that's all of them?
That's like the team.
Oh.
Like, because everything that they do, I think it's just the same core people.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, I really respect the fact that they all work together on stuff.
Team
And
lies together, yeah.
We saw some other stuff that they had made, and I think they just take turns writing and basically doing all the jobs, which I think is really commendable, because when you're first starting out and like you're not quite sure necessarily like.
Well, they've been doing it for 30 years. No, just
wow, they look good for their age.
yeah, they look good for 30-year-olds.
Yeah, but they're like 20.
Yeah, what? No, you're right. You're right.
I think it's good that they give each other the chance to exercise every muscle within the creative process for making film. This way, everyone has a basic idea of how each department works. This way, they can.
Yeah. They're a team rise together mentality. They're working together, grow together, and rise together. Which is what we talk about all the time. Is like you have to find your team, and a team that's there not for individuality, but for the growth of each person.
They deserve a high five.
A high five, 6 5s, whatever. The winner of this particular award was Tab Murphy, which you can look up, and that was for The Passenger.
Oh, look right there.
Cedric Hill wrote Noisy, and Jeffrey Thompson wrote Because We Can. I'll be honest. I think The Passenger had the best script overall. It had the most. It had a through narrative. All these things. By the way, there was like 9 other films. There was 9 films altogether.
Yeah.
Because We Can. I really loved the fact that it felt more ad-libbed and more, because they are
they're an improv team.
They're an improv troupe team, and you can see that. But again, I was looking for a solid something that was written. Like that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a coherent through narrative,
the beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, and Because We Can has that.
Because they seemed like they had like plot points that they're like, we have to get from here to here.
Yeah,
but they had a lot of wiggle room to kind of just be,
Yeah,
there were definitely moments.
Wake up, conflict, resolve. That's really
there's also like that one monologue in the middle with like the lead chick, Jillian.
The lead chick. Put that on social media.
That
woman
that felt like it was written and scripted.
Oh god!
Except for maybe one or two lines that she might have thrown in there.
Yeah, no. There's nothing wrong with improv or nothing like that. I'm just my personal. I felt The Passenger definitely deserved the win on that. What do you look for in a writer? Like, what do you vote? What are you judging on writing? I know what I'm looking for, but what are you looking for?
My 2 biggest things. We're talking scripts here, not just
no. Why don't we talk when writing recipes? What do you
my biggest thing is I need to
I need to. What do you need to do?
Have someone that brings me, who's able to bring me into the world. and then believable dialogue,
What do you mean dialogue? What is that?
like two people talking.
Now, but how? Give me an example.
Like if you were to like say,
Uh-huh,
"Oh,
yeah.
hey, JD, how's your day going?" I can't be like, "Well, my day
Well, that's acting.
hath begun."
Why not?
But
That's
if you were
character.
if you were to write, my day hath begun, and it's like some guy from like Oklahoma, it's like,
Well, when I talk to people on the phone, I go, "Hello, good sir, how are you today?" And then I go into my normal voice, right?
yeah,
So-
but you don't do it the entire time.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, hey, JD, how are you doing? I hath be good, thou passion of the pain. Like, those moments are character moments. It's okay to write like that.
My point is like if you have
What is your
someone that
point?
just does that,
Yes.
that like you have someone from Oklahoma that speaks like that.
What if
all
they're a
the time.
Shakespearean character? What if they just like
But
they're
no-
obsessed with that world? There are theaters in Oklahoma, even though some of them are chicks.
Why is a chick a theater?
I don't know. That's what
That's
women are
weird.
to you. They're chicks. When did you grow up in the 30s? Look at this chick. Look at this dame. Look at this dame. We call them women. Even a person would be nice. That would be. Put that on social media.
That dude.
He's giving me that look. What do you call men? Dudes? Bros?
I
Yeah,
mean,
bro. Yeah, bro.
bro. Dude.
Bro, come here, bro.
Hey,
What's up, bro? I love you, bro. Bro chick.
bro chick.
Bro chick. Bro chick. All right, that's great.
So basically, I need to have someone that's able to bring me into the world, and
Yeah.
I need to have believable dialogue between.
What do you
the-
mean
the
somebody
characters.
that brings you into the world?
Because
That seems like you're talking about acting.
no, you
The
can
performance is act.
not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have just the cinematographer or the editor be part of bringing you into the world as well, or
But it
you can
has
have
nothing to do with writer.
the writer is writing the story.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm saying the way the actor performs the dialogue or the
Oh.
action, it has nothing to do with the writer.
You know what? I have a really good example.
Yeah, let me hear this. Mhm.
Troll 2.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That movie.
Had no script.
Oh, it had a script.
Yeah. Of prescription.
Oh, God, everyone
Medicines.
needed. Well, there was
Tell me
one
about
guy that they used in that
Yeah.
movie that was actually
Who?
a legit crazy person
Tell me about
that escaped from the nearby mental
it. Is
asylum.
that true? Oh, the background guy.
Who ended up just being weird enough that they're like, all right, you're a little bit more the background.
Who was he?
The creepy guy.
What do you mean?
What?
Who?
What was that?
Yes, sir.
Like, yeah, mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
So you think
Yeah,
writing
go ahead.
influences the
What was
acting?
that? I mean,
Like,
can.
you like, but
was
when you're judging a writer, you can't do to
Yeah.
me what I do to you. It
Mhm.
doesn't affect me. I'll just keep going
Yeah.
back.
Mhm. Keep going.
So
Is that so?
are you
Yeah,
saying that a writer, you're judging the writing based on the performances and the cinematography?
No, not at all. Like
You sure? 'Cause
if
it sounds
something
like that.
happens like out of nowhere without any kind of
What do you mean?
like if something happens just to happen,
How? Give me an example.
like people are walking and out of nowhere, like a toilet seat falls from the sky and they're in the woods.
What
Like,
if it's a Looney Tunes cartoon?
what if it's not? It has to make sense within the context of the world that's being built within.
You ever think of using that for your music?
I don't need toilet seats in my music.
What?
They don't have. Well,
No,
actually, I could potentially
Maintaining narrative.
use
Maintaining narrative.
a toilet seat as a percussive instrument.
I use the toilet bowl seat while listening to your music. That's the best. It's better than X-Lax.
I think you and I have also established that we have different tastes in music.
Yeah, I like music and you like sounds.
I think
No.
that is not accurate.
Oh, by the way, if you want to let's just prove what I'm talking about. If you want to listen to his great music, just go to makearightlefthand.com and just search for Al Tani, and you'll be able to hear his
Everything
music.
that Thomas has ever written.
What I look for in a writer has nothing to do with on screen. Like I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention to the narrative. Is there a through line? Are they hitting their acts? Is it coherent? Are the characters believable, as in written believably? And those things are important to me, and I feel The Passenger maintain that. However, as a writer, I see a lot of things going to happen. Like, for example, let's just say there's a character, and another character says, "Hey, you should if you're ever in trouble, you use this knife."
You're like, oh, they're gonna use that knife
They're-
because you're gonna get in trouble.
They're going to use the knife. Now, this is the thing. If a bad guy dressed as, say, John Travolta in Face Off
Great movie.
gives the daughter of his arch nemesis, because he's dressed like him, he says, hey,
A butterfly knife.
if you ever get in trouble, use this knife. And she's like, okay, Dad. But it's really, it's really the other character, right? At the end of
Till
the,
they
you
switch
know that
faces.
she's going to use it at the end of the movie. And sometimes they try to shoehorn that in, and you just get a terrible scene like you do in the movie. That's the problem, though.
That movie's
If you
amazing.
introduce, 1 second.
Ooh.
If you introduce data into a script, it's going to be utilized. I feel great writing.
No, it should be utilized because sometimes
No, no,
people
no,
throw
no.
stuff in too,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they just ignore it.
Well, I don't think it should be utilized. I think there's some moments where it's character building, but
But that's still being utilized.
well, yeah. What I'm saying though is if something is introduced, new data is introduced, I feel the smoother it's relevant, the better the writing. But it's like there's a movie called I think it's called Confident. No, not Confident. There is a movie called Confidence. Very good. There's a movie with Will Smith, and in the movie at one point he says, "Yeah, I don't talk to my father. It's been forever. He's a terrible person." And I'm like, "Well, his father's going to come back, and he's either going to be the villain or he's going to be the guy that saves him." Turns out he was the villain that saves him. Like he was a part of the
What movie is this?
I can't remember them.
Who else is in it?
Robbie, Maggie, the girl who plays Harley Quinn. She's in. it.
Oh, is it Suicide Squad?
No. Yeah, it's Suicide Squad.
I didn't see Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
so I have no idea.
clearly, clearly you did not see Suicide Squad. Anyway,
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
matter. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. Anyway, to me, that's bad writing because you're like, if you can see it coming, and I'm a writer, but if you as a non-writer can see it coming, it's to me, I don't think that's good writing. And The Passenger, I saw the ending coming, but at the same time, how they got there was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Noisy. Well, it doesn't matter, but that's what I was looking for when it came to writing. Let's look. Who's next? Oh, your buddy Robert Rico. He came in and he was like, "Hey,
Oh, Ricky Bobby.
let me do a supporting performer."
And he had a little shtick.
He was very funny, very funny.
Also, I think it's really funny that he had the same idea that I did without me even saying anything to him about the idea.
Oh, be good.
Yeah.
I know. I looked right at him. I was like, "Why does he have the big envelope, JD?"
Like
He's
I
like,
don't. Listen,
I'm
That's
from
why-
Futurama.
that's why Robert and I are friends.
Well, that and the sex tape.
I mean that too.
Yeah, if one of you end up not being friends, someone's going to find out about the sex tape. Oh, I guess I mentioned it more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay because it hasn't been linked to the press.
Yeah, luckily there was no chicks in it.
Well, funny story. There were these little yellow things.
Oh God,
They were-
chicklies.
They were cheaping the entire time.
Were they- That's the noise I make when I have an orgasm. I go,
I really want that to be the truth because that would be hilarious.
you telling me you don't hear me do it?
No, that's not.
What do you hear? Do you hear me?
I don't hear you.
Oh, well. What? I'm very quiet. I'm in the ear. I'm just like.
Oh god. Must be really. And then the poor woman's pinned underneath you.
Yeah, well, I'm not that heavy. She can just push me off. All right. So,
What if they're like 3 feet tall?
how do you find Robert Rico?
I do not believe he has a website.
Great.
If you
All right.
type in Robert Rico _ Robert Rico on
Underscore.
Instagram, and I believe it's the same thing on Twitter. He's on the Instagrams and the Twitters.
Yeah. You could definitely find him on social media. He's the guy with the face.
There is
and the eye.
RobertRicoComedy.com.
Oh, check that out. I believe that's not a real thing, but check it out. All right. So, like, get out of my head. So, supporting performance. This is something that we as BBR Productions decided to add to the BBR Short Film Festival. Is we did not want to have separate categories for male and female. We wanted everyone to be judged
equally
equally.
because everyone is a performer.
That's right. You have to become the change you want to see in the world. And I think to be considered equal, you have to be judged equally. And we worked out, like there was a lot of mix, there was men and women in all categories. So that was good. With that said, that's why we call this supporting
Performer.
instead of supporting actor or actress. Though a majority of actresses in the business will say, I'm not an actress, I'm an actor. We just want to kind of get rid of that word and just say performer. We're not trying to become the liberals that we probably mostly lean towards. We were just trying to make it a fair, square, even down the middle. We didn't want to have extra categories. There's no reason. They're all performing in the project. They're performers.
Yeah.
So the seventh award was totally cool.
For sure.
Best supporting performer. And we had how do you say Ryan Ryan O'Grady for The Man Who Sold the World.
Ooh.
Kristen Burnett, but I think it's like Christian, right? It's like
he's the killer. Right?
Yeah, as killer.
Yeah,
Christian Burnett, The Man Who Sold the World. Jeffrey Thompson, best hair in the industry.
Ooh.
He was the Because We Can.
He was also hilarious.
And how do you say the other the
Gael
Gillis? Gael Gillis. That's a great name. She has to be Irish. That's a Gaelic.
That's
Gaelic,
definitely
right.
I do not believe she is Irish.
Is that what are you, Austrian?
No, I forget where she is.
Well, that's a Gaelic name, isn't it?
Gael? No.
Look it up.
I can't bring my phone nearby because it'll make
God.
noise.
All right, spell it anyway.
Gael.
Hey, you're making me nervous.
You're welcome.
All right, what is it?
Gae. Lle.
Lle. Oh, there it is. Gael.
Oh.
Origin. Let's see. I know he's supposed to be talking while I'm doing this, man.
I mean, yeah, I was in the middle of spelling, so this way you could.
It's Celtic, which is
Gaelic.
Gaelic. It's look? I'm always right.
Well, you were asking where she was from.
No. I'm saying that name.
Oh.
The name is Gaelic. That's what I said. I assume she's Irish, but I said that is a Gaelic name, and origin is Gaelic. All right. I was right.
And also left.
Go mark me on the board.
Actually, on the screen you're to the
Go
left.
mark me on the board. I get another one on the board. I don't know why I asked you to spell it. It's right on the board.
It is right on the board.
I can see it. In fact, I'm going to give it to the people because she won
Best supporting performer.
And I loved her speech because she got like
she was
and proclaimed.
Yeah. She was genuinely not expecting to win, so she was just like all like, "Oh my god, this is so exciting."
She deserved it though. She did.
Yeah, she definitely did.
She was excellent. But she's right on Instagram. You just look up that name, you spell it GaelleGillis. Boom. Boom. You'll find her. Wonderful person too. Very good personality.
Yeah. We have not given her a handshake yet.
I feel she has a good handshake though.
I mean, it would keep up with the trend with everyone else.
Now that's yes. What do you look for in a performer? What are you judging with the performer?
Someone that makes me.
Has good writing.
Yeah, they have to be a really good writer.
They have to really work with the cuts from the editor's cinematographer's direction.
Yeah, it's totally not what I said. But anyway,
yeah,
it has to be believable.
What?
I have to feel like they're actually in the moment.
Who?
The performer.
Oh.
What?
Huh?
¿Qué pasa?
So.
Pasa?
They just have to be in the moment. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But do you feel? Is there anything else just in the moment?
Well, they have to be believable. It has to be like they're not just reading lines or memorizing lines.
Choop, choop, choop.
Oh God, sorry.
You gave me an orgasm.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, let me get the towel.
They have to be believable. They have to be believable.
Yeah.
What else?
It's basically just believable.
And what else? What else? They have to. Well, they have to be believable. No. What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you judging? What are you judging for performer?
It has to feel like they're living whatever is going on in that situation.
I mean, they're all living. They're not dead. They're not. It's not Weekends at Bernie's. Funny story.
I have an idea.
You're the worst actor ever.
Or
He's
am I?
dead? Oh well, in that case, wow, that was amazing. It's fantastic. I look for continuity in the performance. That's important. I also that continuity, because sometimes you don't film in order.
Mhm.
You're not always filming. I
Right.
like to film in order, but you don't always film in
Yeah,
order.
sometimes you have to go by with, when you have a location
Exactly.
and for how long.
Yeah, and you're like, we got to go here. That continuity is important depending on like how much they move around. So, are they keeping the emotional fullness there? Are they keeping the continuity and the performance there? Because believe it or not, a character could be in the living room and then walk into the bathroom, but that could be shot 3 or 4 weeks later in a different location because they like the different bathroom. And they have to maintain that emotional energy, that fullness, and that continuity in the performance going from that living room scene 3 weeks prior to the bathroom scene that is now. I look for that. How are they believable? Because even when you do a cut, it could take an hour of setup time to get the lighting right, to get the
And then
camera
your
right.
emotions are going to be completely different in an hour.
Exactly.
Hell, 15 minutes can go by and your emotions could be completely different.
Yeah, and it's you can see it. A good actor versus a bad actor. It's like their performances vary within that. So I look for that continuity. I look for, are they present? That's important too. Are they thinking about their lines or are they present? Are they listening? Because a great actor listens not to speak but to respond. So that's important. Are they listening? And also, are they thinking in character? Tom Hanks is if you watch Tom Hanks's performances, you can see him thinking in character. You can see him having these moments and responding in kind to the emotional pinch that's being hit on him, and I look for that. And that's a Meisner thing. Allow the pinch to influence your performance, where you are living truthfully within the imaginary circumstances. I am not a Meisner student. However, I have studied Meisner, but I am not a Meisner student. But I have
Studied Meisner.
This leads us to the lead.
So I'm like,
Assalamu alaikum. Justin Hunt. All right. This man's origin is unknown. However, it is under conspiracy that he may have come from a family of cobblers.
and there's also potentially a bear involved.
There's always a bear involved. This guy, Justin Hunt, I've known for years. And I was like, hey, Justin, I realized that with the internet, we can get you to perform and be a presenter. And I was like, you got to do this. Come be a presenter. And he was like, okay, man, do it. And I said, great. And he's like one of my best friends. I grew up with this kid. So to get him to come in was a real delight. He did what he did.
Yeah, he was even in Tenebra back in the day.
He was in the Tenebra. Yeah. And him and I both would just look at each other like everyone else was crazy.
I mean,
Well,
for hearing the stories, I half believe it.
Also, at times, he was looking at me while I was looking at a mirror. So we were also still looking at somebody at the same time who was crazy.
Agreed.
He was never crazy, though. He was always the sane one, which was crazy.
Even now, he seems like a very level-headed guy.
He's very leveled. Very leveled. I've seen it. He
You've
actually
even used
uses a level.
Get out of my head.
Hey, why is there so many naked men in your head? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Don't go near the clowns. They're evil people.
That one bites. Snoring.
Justin Hunt, you can't really find him. Just look up Justin Hunt, but he doesn't have like a website or anything because he's low key.
Would you say like B, like a B, that kind of low, or is he more of like an A?
Have you ever? Lead performer brought us to these three films. Ben DeHaas for The Passenger. He's the guy. He was like the guy with the accent, right?
Yep.
Gillian Ferry, Because We Can.
She was awesome.
She was really good. I honestly thought she was going to
win.
Yeah. And then Andrew Garrett, The Passenger. He won.
did win.
Andrew Garrett. He had to win because he was basically there accepting all the awards.
Yeah. So
But what
we
hoopster
should-
though? You know? He was like, "What do you? Why am I? Why would I? Why I didn't do?" And I'm like, just,
like
you're
you're the only one
accepting-
from the team here at the moment.
yeah, we can't keep showing the same video over and over again. You know,
Yeah.
for the Oh, okay.
Plus, it's more fun when it's live.
Yeah, I spelt his name wrong. There's 2 G's. Let me fix that.
I mean, two
Two
T's.
T's. 2 T's. There's 2 R's.
Andrew
2
Garrett.
T-
Garrett.
There you go. There you go. Boop. Andrew Garrett with 2 T's. Look him up. He's all over the place. You can find him. He's a good actor. He's a good
Yeah,
actor.
no, he was definitely very believable.
Yeah, he won. Did I mention he won? Best director. What do you look
Ooh.
for in a director other than a great script, wonderful cinematography,
Great handshakes.
great handshakes?
Actually, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really have
What?
input for this one because
Why not? You direct all the time. You
no, I
direct
don't.
me when I say, "Hey, we should do this," and you go, "No. We're gonna no, no, we're gonna do this," and then we end up doing what I say.
I mean, that is almost correct.
What do you think a director does?
Basically, make sure that
Wrong!
the
No.
day-to-day things happen.
Wait, what? What do you think they do?
Aren't they the guys that basically make sure that everything is staying on course
No, that's the first AD.
for the entire project?
What do you think a first AD does?
Basically helps with like specific tasks that the director goes, here, you have to handle this one, and then everyone reports to the director.
Who usually says action or cut?
First AD?
Eh? That's right.
Yeah, but it's not the first AD who's like making sure that the edits are done. They're not the ones making sure that everyone's.
No, that's the producer's job.
Oh, so then let me know.
Producers are ultimately managers, either of money, time, or production.
All right, so what about the director?
I have no idea. I'll be honest.
What does the director do?
Director directs the artistic direction of the project, meaning they decide on yes and no's of the look of the film. Basically, they'll finalize the casting choice, though sometimes an executive producer might come in and say, no, we don't want them. We want someone else. But a director usually has the final say. They direct the scenes themselves. They get the right takes. Are these takes hitting the emotional cues of that moment? They'll help the actors find their beats, maintain some sort of continuity. Believe it or not, a script supervisor usually helps with the continuity of performance, and the director doesn't focus on that. They focus mostly on the performance itself. And a script supervisor could come out and be like, "Oh no, your arm went up in the last shot. You were moving your arms, or they'd be like, the
Something
cup
that
was
I
in your
was
left hand or your right hand."
Paying attention to when I was doing my practice.
Yeah.
edits.
That's a script supervisor's job. Their job is to maintain continuity. A director's job is to maintain emotional narrative continuity, the performance continuity. But they say, all right, that outfit is okay, even though there's a someone handles the costumes, and dress and all that stuff, right? The wardrobe department. The director finally, I want this look, and the wardrobe people come and they say, hey, here's some style ideas, and the director says that one, and that one. They okay all the stage direction. Not the
And the
stage
funny
direction.
hat people wear.
Yeah, I like that hat right there. Maybe there's like background art, so they'll do like scenes. They'll just draw scenes, and then the director, he or she, will come and they go, all right, I like this style, I like that
And
style.
then they'll use giant TV screens
and they'll use giant TV screens.
like Mandalorian.
A director's job is really to bring the complete style of that artistic venture. Oh, it's snowing. That complete style into the artistic presence of the story, the film. So that's what I look for, that in a direction. Like, is there continuity in all the performances? Does it feel like the same movie? Because if you're in like, let's say we're in this room right now, and then
We're in the room,
we're in the room, and then the next scene,
and there's spoons everywhere.
oh my God, do you ever just no? And then the next room we go into, we're in space,
Ooh.
right? Like it wouldn't make sense unless
Well, maybe it would.
well, you never know. Or like, let's say you're doing Hamlet. Like when I did Hamlet, some of us wore suits and some of us wearing like old style dresses. Those are bad directorial choices.
That makes
Costume
no sense.
department doesn't. Okay, that the director says, all right, that's fine, because they have the final say.
Wait, this is something that actually happened.
Yeah, but you know the guy. It was worth it to just be able to work with him and do. You know, it was the last performance, the last thing he's ever done. You know, because he passed.
Oh,
Anyway, with that said, Barry J. Neely, Element, was up for Best Director. Nathan Rollins for The Man Who Sold the World, up for Best
Ooh.
Director. Alexander Bruckner for
Ooh.
The Passenger was up for Best Director. And Thomas More for 165 Star was up for Best Director.
that's a lot of directors.
Alexander Bruckner for The Passenger won Best Director.
That definitely felt very. There was a lot. There was a strong continuity from beginning to end,
Yeah.
and you felt the steady build from when it first started to like when it had like
Well, the steady
climax.
build, again, that's not necessarily the directors. That comes from the performances, that comes from the cinematography and editing. But the director is what you're seeing on screen is important too. But that build up is a mixture of sound and like all this other stuff. However, with that said, his film did have the most overall quality, and it showed. You know, his film, that film won by the greatest margin of all the categories, which is crazy
Well,
because there was 3 other. You know,
because they won 7.
at this point they won. Yeah, they won 7 at this point. You know, and you can check out Alexander Bruckner and his team and stuff like that. Also, J.D. McGibney presented this award.
He did.
Yeah, you
Oh,
came
wow.
in, you were like, okay, best directors, and then
Apparently, I sound like Joe Pesci.
yeah. And if you want to find him, I'll put his name on. It's Thomas J. Bellezza. You can
Oh.
find him on onthewingsofdragons.com. And if you go there, you might want to just open up a new tab and write. No, you could go there and you'll see if you go to music projects, scroll down. The second one is Altanian. and you can check out
Everything that I did not write.
everything. It'd be great. Let's see. And finally, let's get to it. The best short. All right. Now, the way we came up with the winner for the best short. What are you doing, Imperial? Look at him. Get over here.
He's just hiding in the corner with his face against the wall.
Hey, Imperial, come here. Heel. What are you doing?
Weird.
He's gonna come out with a rat. What are you doing? He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Oh, baby.
Everyone, I have a Rottweiler, and he's just all snuggly on me. Look how tired you look.
Aw. Yeah, he pretty much has been sleeping this entire time, which is weird because
Yeah.
normally he's like, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" What are
Well,
you
he
doing?"
doesn't feel good. He hasn't been. He threw up this morning. You know.
Yeah, it was like a weird grass.
He's so beautiful, though.
Egg.
Oh, he's JoJo baby.
We should get-
All right, best. So the way we came up with the winner of the best score, and by the way, all these films, there's 4 of them. They were very, very close. That's how the voting got us very close. And we had The Man Who Sold the World, Passenger, Because We Can, and Noisy. Now, Noisy wasn't in a lot of categories, but they're on Best Film. And that's how the voting system really worked out. It was the overall total of all categories added together, you know, and then whatever that divide. What are you?
Yeah, let's go over there.
He's gonna lay down. He's laying down.
Oh, point him.
Lay shut, baby. And that's how we came up with the final score. And by doing so, the scores were very close. The actual winner was The Passenger. They won Best Short. And I have to say, I mean, they did win a lot of awards, but that doesn't necessarily mean they were going to win the whole thing because, again, it was really close. It was really close.
Yeah.
But, you know, they won, and that's good. And the presenter to this was Thomas J. Bellezza. You can find him on MakeARightLeftHere.com, BBR
Also-
Productions, MakeARightLeftHere.com again.
Also on the way to dragons.com.
And you can go to OnAWingsOfDragons.com and find him under the musical projects where Altanian exists. And you can just you can probably see.
Also, it's got a couple of really cool Spotify playlists on thewings.dragons.com.
Oh yeah, go to OnTheWingsOfDragons.com by going to www.MakeARightLeftHere.com and you'll find everything you need that's interesting. Altogether, The Passenger had 8 wins, 11 nominations. The Man Who Sold the World had 1 win, 7 nominations. Because We Can had 7 nominations, 0 wins. And that's an example of like how great a film can be. They were nominated for 7 films. They just didn't win. And
Same thing with like actors in for like the Academy Awards. You have like Denzel Washington or like Leonardo DiCaprio being nominated for like 40 million awards and then eventually winning one after like 20 years.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of politics into the Academy Awards, but yes, it's like how many, 13 nominations. This is
37.
their 27th nomination. They have 1 year to live. Hopefully next year someone will cast them. Noisy had 3 nominations, 0 wins. Element had 1 win, 3 nominations. 165 Star had 3 nominations. So there you go with an example. Noisy had 3 nominations, and yet they were still in Best Short. And Because We Can, they had 7 nominations, and they were also in Best Short. Believe it or not, Because We Can and Noisy tied for their total score number.
Ooh.
And that's why they were, but that gives you an example. It's like, wow, Noisy wasn't in 7 nominations, but yet they still scored good enough to tie with a film that had 7 nominations. And, I think it's important to remember that, your films, whatever they are, be comfortable and confident with what you're doing and understand that you definitely don't give up,
and be proud of, what you're making. Don't let, don't second guess yourself. Like if you feel passionate about something, obviously go ahead and create it as long as you're not, hurting anybody.
Yeah. You don't want to hurt anybody too bad, especially unless they want it. If they're like, hey, and you're like, whoa.
And that's how Jackass was invented.
Wait, what? I was talking about lovemaking where you trip.
And apparently fall asleep and snore.
Would you ever fall asleep and snore if
Well, I've never heard myself snore, so I can't answer that.
I don't believe it.
I mean, I'm asleep most of the time when I'm sleeping.
But when? All right. So it comes down to this. BBR Productions, the reason we did this, I said earlier, I do not believe in judging art. I don't think it's possible. Art is an expression of self, and really it just comes down to preference. Do you like this? Do you like that?
Yeah, and then you and I have established over many, many hours of listening to music that I like good stuff.
Yeah, that you have zero taste in music.
Oh, you mean amazing taste in music.
That's right. Zero taste.
Yeah, the best.
One of the things you can judge in art is, are they practically executing what it is they're trying to do? Clearly, you can tell if someone can play guitar or not play guitar.
Yes.
And that comes down to technique and style. But when it comes down to the song they wrote, even if it's a crappy song, it might be the greatest song in the world to them, and that's all that matters.
Because they're creating something that they really believed in. They put their heart and soul into it.
Yeah, and in this situation, we weren't necessarily judging the total project. We were judging the outcome of being able to create the results to what they were doing. However, again, I deeply believe that there is no such thing as judging. So why would we do this festival? The reason we did this festival is because BBR Productions is all about bringing reality to people's dreams and things like that. And during COVID, a lot of us got shut down, including us. We had a film fully funded. We were ready to shoot, like basically, yeah. And even our lead got COVID, which was crazy.
Yeah, thank God he's alive.
Yeah, he's definitely alive.
Thank you, Carl, for living.
Excellent handshakes. Except for 14 days we weren't even allowed to look at him. And JD and I were sitting there, and we were like, what do we, we still kind of want to keep people in the know, and people have short films already filmed,
and it's also it's been really difficult, being stuck in quarantine. So we wanted to make people feel like still part of a community, even though everyone's kind of stuck alone by themselves.
Yeah, it's no fun, and this was just an opportunity to kind of get your community involved and
celebrate the things that people have already done.
Yeah, and we brought them the festival, and I enjoyed doing it, and I know that we could probably do it again next year, even if it is, we're not going to see the light of day for another 2 years, whatever.
Crossing fingers that eventually we'll be able to do this in person and actually get to meet some of the people in person during the award ceremony.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to do it
because I really just want to see Barry show up again in his pajama pants.
I don't know if Barry will come all the way out from LA to be like, hey, let me go to New York and see what's going on here.
Meh.
Did I win? All right, bye.
Could be worth it.
Could be brilliant. Should we do it the same way though? Like as far as how to win?
Are you talking about like the grand prize or
The grand prize.
Oh yeah, no, I think that definitely we should totally do that. Same
Yeah,
way
yeah,
again.
yeah. I might want to have more films next time though, especially if we get more films.
Oh yeah, and an intern.
And an intern. We need if there's any interns out there that would like to work
The
for
mute
free.
button.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need somebody to
That isn't
control
me.
it. I'll probably have to do everything next year, and JD will just get the fame by speaking in front of the camera.
We're saying everything that Thomas has written for me.
Yeah, yeah. I came up with these words
That Thomas wrote.
that Thomas wrote. I can't quite. Can you roll that back? The teleprompter is going too fast.
Yeah, but no, I do like the fact that we had the award ceremony. So this way, everyone, a good chunk of the people were able to get like accolades and recognition during a formal ceremony. But I do like the fact that there is still a reward for the actual festival.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at the we're gonna have to look at all the stats and everything and see which film team won. I'll tell you right now, it's really down to two. It's back and forth. We're
They're too tied.
And one of them wasn't even in the award ceremony.
Yeah, they weren't nominated for anything.
And it proves our point that a great film. For the record, The Passenger won 8 awards and was nominated 11 times, and they're nowhere near the top
for grand prize.
And that's proving our point again. The quality of your project is not this what dictates the success. It's like, be so good they can't ignore you. We said that in one of our earlier episodes. We talked about the value of that's not true. It's not about being the best.
You could be the best musician in the entire world, but if you're just sitting in your bedroom practicing,
or
who's going to know that you're that?
Yeah.
Skin flute isn't it?
You're either Thomas J. Bellezza or JD McGibney. Clearly I'm the masturbator. Which is music to my ears. Yeah, and it just if you don't do your job, if you don't do your, you okay, buddy?
There's a cable here,
He
Dad.
just wants to lay down. I just need to lay down. What's he doing? Oh, look at that kid. I'm gonna go over here now. I'm gonna run into this. What's he doing? This is funny. Get a dog, they said. It won't be annoying. Back to what we're saying. If you don't do your job, you'll never be successful. And your job is not what you do. And we say it all the time. What you do is not your job. What you do is your passion. Your job rewards you financially to do what you do passionately. And what is your job? Your job is to build and cultivate relationships. Your job is the network market practice. Your job is to manage your time, money, and people. Your job is to find solutions by thinking outside the box in a proactive effort with your entrepreneurial brain. Your job is to increase your talents, not just in what you do, but what you can provide and add to a situation. Your job is to organize your money to grow wealth, because wealth of time and money allows you the ability to say yes when you want to, not because you have to. And therefore, you're building your career based on your brand's needs and what you're trying to accomplish with your mission. And if you just focus on the greatness of your product, the greatness of your art or results, you're only going to go as far as your small little group of friends and family. To build on that, you need to do your job. Even for a career, if you want to be an actor, it's not about you getting a lead role with Robert De Niro. It's about you getting into the industry, building and cultivate those relationships, get people to know who you are and what your brand value is. And that helps you develop those opportunities to say yes. Now, the only way you can say yes is if you have your foundation of money saved. And if you are organizing your budget and not working a survival job outside your field of interest. Work within your field of interest. Anyone could do this. And this is a prime example. One of the best films that won Best Short definitely did not win the grand prize. And that boggles my mind.
Because they're like near the bottom.
They are. They're very near the bottom, which is insane.
Yeah.
And the two films that are on top, one of them wasn't even in the award ceremony, nor came close to having a nomination. But they did marketing. Their film was shared the most. They got the most impressions. But this is the thing. you got to remember this mantra. What you do is not your job. Your job rewards you financially
To do what it is you do.
to do the thing you do passionately. I'm going to say that again because JD doesn't know the mantra and he messed up the mantra. So I'm going to repeat it. What you do is not your job. Your job rewards you financially to do what you do passionately. And the reason, if you notice there's a rhyme to it, that's a mantra, right? So the mantra is supposed to make you remember that when you're doing something passionately, you have to say to yourself, all right, how do I do this with my job? How do I allow my job to influence this? Because everything you do has to affect everything you do, right? Or everything you do, get stuff done, right? Takes all my mantras and he's like, oh, what is a brand?
It's that hot pokey thing.
What is marketing? Define marketing.
That's when you go to the grocery store.
Have I ever showed you the stuff in the triangle of life?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. What makes up the 5 sides of the triangle?
Front, back, side, left, right.
All right. By the way, I'm asking him, and it's funny to me because when you find yourself not succeeding and you feel your products, your resulted products are not going anywhere, and you're like, man, I put 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 into this, and it didn't make my money back. No one cares about it. It didn't go anywhere. You have to say, how am I utilizing my 5 sides to my triangle of life? And what are those 5 sides? Well, each side represents a portion of your growth in life and your career. There's the 3 sides of success, the 3 needs of success, and that's network, market, practice. Then you have your 3 needs of longevity. And this is your management of time, money, and people, entrepreneurial brain, and your talent, right? Then you have your 3 needs of purpose. This fuels your purpose, right? And the purpose is security, growth, and dream, to protect yourself, invest in yourself, and reward yourself. And then you have your 8 assets. 8 assets, you're investing in assets to reward you with wealth. That wealth is the amount of time and money you can go without having to recoup anything, right? And then you have the 5th side, which is treat your life like a business. How do you know you're treating your life like a business? Are you doing all 5 sides? And what that means is, if you listen to the thing I said 3 needs of success is network, market, practice. I said the three needs of longevity is management, entrepreneurial brain, and talent. And then I said the 3 needs of purpose is security, growth, and dream. The last 3 things are practice, talent, and dream. If you focus on those 3 things, which is the majority of people, you're focusing on a dream. You're focusing on just practicing, and you're focusing solely on your talent bringing you somewhere. And that's not how you find success. The way you find success is utilizing the 3 needs of success. Success is making a living within your field of interest. A living is not a lifestyle. It's working within a budget and surviving on that budget, right? But it's network, market, and practice. You got to do those 3 things to find success. But that's only 15 minutes of fame. The longevity, by managing your time, money, and the people, utilizing your entrepreneurial brain, and increasing your talents, gives you longevity to your career. But you have to do those things. If you're not managing your time, money, or the people around you, you're going to find yourself chaotic, and you have to take back control by managing those things. And then your security, growth, and dream, those 3 needs of purpose, they fuel your ability to do things. They fuel yourself, and you're organizing your money. You got your safety net, which pays your bills, and then you have your security, growth, and dream. Security protects yourself, so if you ever go broke, you got money. Growth is the money you invest when you're like, I have no money to invest. Well, that allows you to invest into those 8 assets. And then you have that reward. Whenever you want to go on vacation or do something big for yourself, if you have the money in that reward, you get to spend it. You've earned the right. Because some people go, I want to go on vacation. And then they go on vacation, they come home, they go, I'm broke, I got to work. And that's the thing. Like, how can you take a chance, a calculated chance, to do what you love if you can't afford to not work? And the only way you could do that is if you have money saved. The only way
You have to have the freedom to actually, say yes to opportunities. And then you never know when those opportunities are going to come up. So you have to just basically be available all the time to be like, oh yeah, I'm available this time. I'm available that time. I'm available right now, even though it's 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah. And also it's like, I am available, but how long is it? I got to be gone for 2 months. And, but if you have
most
that
people
financial,
have that 1 week or maybe 2 weeks paid vacation in the United States, which is insane.
Yeah, and you don't even always have the time to take off because sometimes they're like, oh, it's January. I mean, it's December. We really need you here. It's you can't take off in December. It's blacked out, and you're not allowed to take off. And you're like, well,
Or you have 2 weeks of paid vacation, but you have mandatory take this week off.
oh yeah.
Which I've had that happen.
And you're just like, what the hell is this going? Jesus, my point is,
How'd that go?
the film, there's the two films. One of them was in the award ceremony, and one of them was not. And it really comes down to, are you doing your job? And if you do your job, you'll be successful. And the reason the grand prize is going to people who are doing their jobs is because we're going to be investing our time, which is ultimately our money, into developing a project, either a full film or a TV series, a full feature film, like a full length film, or a television series. And if we do that, we have to make sure that we're working with a business team, a team that creatively was interesting, but also knows how to run themselves like a business. Because if we say to do things and they go,
Why?
Well, I'm just an artist. I just want to make the film. You handle that.
Yeah, well, that's not
That's-
worth our time because everyone has to, pull their weight and do their job
Yeah, you're not developing somebody if they refuse to do something.
to develop.
Yeah, I can't develop a project with somebody that won't do interviews unless the project is done. And you're like, well, you got to do interviews now.
Because no one's going to care.
Yeah.
If they don't know it exists.
Yeah, because you're always growing the adventure, you're growing the intrigue of the audience. So, hey, what's going on with them? Oh, they're working on something. If that was the case, Tom Holland would have never went on Instagram or wherever he went on and filmed a video saying, I just got the script for Spider-Man 3. I'm about to read it. I'm in Atlanta, ready to film for 3 to 5 months or whatever it was. And why would he do that? He's already successful. He's got money. He's wealthy. He could do whatever he wants. He's in a Marvel film.
He's in multiple Marvel films.
He's in multiple Marvel films. Why is he telling us this? Well,
It might be that marketing thing you're talking about.
It's so much a marketing thing. Marvel sends out bullet points and responsibilities. You have to do these things. He's not choosing to go, hey, I just got the script. He has to market the events. Mark Ruffalo once the thing with the Thor Ragnarok where he left it on in his pocket. He doesn't know how to really do that stuff, but he had to do it because he had to do it. He was told he had to do something like that, but he didn't know what he was doing.
So he left it on.
But he thought he was going to get fired. And they were like, no, it was the greatest thing that could ever happen. No one's mad. We were, but we're not because it was good marketing. But that's the thing. If you're working with someone and you're developing someone, there's certain rules that you have to do because we're developing money return. Nobody in their right mind will invest in a project, a band, an actor, a musician, an artist, a writer, a film, a TV show, whatever. No one will invest in that if they are not sure they're going to get something in return, even if they know that the first film's going to flop, but it will lead to a successful second anything. And that comes down to development. And the best way to grow your development deal and grow your relationship is you're responsible for X, Y, and Z. And then the production company is responsible for X, Y, and Z. I'm sure JD knows because I'm always shaking my head. I get tons of proposals saying, please read my script. And they always say the same thing. It's awesome, amazing, unique. They always say it's the greatest thing. They're saying, oh, it's a perspective no one's ever heard, or there's like 10 stories you can tell in this world. I don't care if there's no way you're telling a new story. What I care about is what is the budget?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
What is the budget?
Yeah, when you go to any pitch meeting for a project,
Yeah.
right off the bat, people are want to know, all right, how much money is it going to cost? What's the plan? They don't care what the project is. Obviously, you're passionate about it because you wrote it.
You wrote it.
It's your idea. You
Yeah.
brought it to them. Obviously, you care about it. So they just want to know, what's the budget? How much is it going to cost? Is there a market for it? What's your plan?
Something like that, yeah. But mostly they ask the three questions are what's the budget? The second question is how long is it? Because if it's a television series, they want to know how many minutes a series is going to a season's going to conclude. Do you have 5 seasons?
Ooh.
All right. They want to know they want to know what is that budget controlling? If you have a $4 million budget movie and it's 90 minutes. They're gonna be like, all right, well, what's it about? But if your budget is like $10 million and it's 80 minutes long. They're gonna be like,
For
"Ugh,
like 30 minutes. That is a short
what
film.
is this? No one's gonna watch it. But they might.
I mean, unless there's like a lot of Michael Bay explosions.
yeah, Michael. Right? And then the other thing is, they'll usually ask you, well, why should this be made? Like why should we invest in you? And what's the return? And in that question they'll ask, well, what else do you got? Because if you go to someone to pitch and you say, well, I have this project, and they go, great, what else you got? And you go, I got this project.
They're gonna be like,
yeah, but what else do you have? Well, I have this project. Let's focus on this project. Like, I don't want to focus. I want to focus on building a relationship with you because I'm about to invest money into you. And they know that usually the first project won't make money. It's the same thing in record label deals.
Yeah,
Not that you deal with that much now, but record labels, they know you're going to lose money in the first album. They know it.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Metallica. Their first
Never
album
heard of it.
sold almost like nothing, relatively speaking, on the first initial release.
Even back then, 60,000 copies was not a lot, And a record label, they'll sign you to a 3-record deal with an option.
But the option's on the second album, correct? Where
the option is on the 4th and 5th album, so you could get a double option because they know you're going to lose money on the first album. They're hoping you're going to break even on the second album, and if you do not make money on the third album, they'll drop you. So they already know that they're investing in you for a 3-album deal. Same thing with publishers. When they give you, depending on how much they give you, like money, they'll go, hey, let's give you an advance. They're saying, well, how many books are we getting out of you? What's the deal? And if you're like, well, I only have this one story, like, it's going to make it less interesting for them to invest in you because they
like,
know
why?
You're not going to make money. But that advance might be for 3 books. They might say, you know what, I'll give you $200,000-$300,000 for a 3-book series. Unless you have a name. If you have a name and a brand, they'll give you $300K for 1 book. Stephen King. Well, Stephen King. I'm not talking about a Stephen King. I'm talking about starting out. I'm talking about nobody.
Brand.
Yeah, your brand. You as a nobody have a brand. How strong is your brand? If you go to somebody, even as a nobody, you still have a brand. And if your brand has drawn attention through your adventure, and they know about you, and now you're asking for them, they're gonna be like, all right, there might be something about this, Anyway, so that's why the development deal. We want to work with business teams that have artistic integrity, meaning when they're creating art, they focus on the art, and when the art's done, they know that there's a different world out there, that there's a business world. And this festival is proving our point. The thing that we teach the most is no matter how your quality, it has nothing to do with it. If you're not doing your job, you're not getting where you need to go. Your career is going to halt.
I don't know. What's the mantra?
You know the mantra.
Nope.
I just said it.
Nope. Brain is like a sponge, not working.
What is it? I'll start the
Memory
first
of a
half
soap dish.
because you interrupted before.
What you do is not your job.
Because your job will reward you financially
to do the thing you do passionately.
Yeah, to do what you do passionately. Right. Again, there. Now, can you define a marketing?
Yeah, when you go to the store, to the supermarket.
That's not marketing. Let's keep doing. But though that is, if you go to a store and the way the
everything's set up.
Yeah, that is a form of marketing, but it is not a form of advertisement. Advertisement is the push or proposal of an idea.
That's why if you go to a specific chain, almost every store will have the same layout, same look. That is marketing, correct?
Well, you're talking about like if you go to Wall Bombs, all the Wall Bombs would kind of be the same,
right?
Which isn't necessarily true because every store, you have to. So like, let's say I came up with Diet Pepsi. Like Pepsi has to buy shelf space. That's what they're leasing, shelf space. So they pay to have the shelf space, or they lease it. They get, and then like,
I was talking about like the way everything's like the way everything looks. Like if you walk into
the allocation. Yeah.
Like if you walk into a Stop and Shop, you're like, oh, I'm in a Stop and Shop. Oh, I'm in a what the heck? Giant Eagle.
Well, the color and style of the Stop and Shop will be the same, but the layout won't be. The shelves will be different in every store because they have contractual deals. Because I used to work in the food industry when I worked with Gerber. And the way they did it is like they'd buy X amount of feet, and you'd have to go in there and like reallocate. And
what about
sometimes
the hands?
It depends. There were times, literally, I would go in and we'd have to do a reface, and basically they would lose literally one row from top to bottom, one row of like baby food, because Beach Nut would pay more to have that extra row, and you'd have to go in and you have to. And you're like, that's ridiculous. But every year, every couple of years, the contract is up, and then changes everything up. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right. Well, I just want you to know I don't make this stuff up.
I make up a good chunk of it.
And the dog makes up at least 80, 90%.
At least 100% of the time.
Yeah. The rest of it, it's mostly rough. I'm Thomas J. Bellezza. This is
JD McGibney.
Yeah, don't work too hard, but
be productive.
And remember, you got to work together to grow together, to rise together. Team rise together. And BBRProductions.com. JD's On the Wings of Dragons. I'm MakeARightLeftHere.com. Also, if you want to find JD's secret album, you can go to MakeARightLeftHere.com, and none of his stuff is there. It's not there. It doesn't exist. It's the best. See you every Sunday, 3:00 live.
3:00
Eastern time. And then the show edited down, cleaned up, will be on Thursdays, 12
the
noon.
Audio.
Yeah, you can go right to BBR Productions and you could listen to the newest episode.
You're all wonderful and beautiful.
Yeah, we love you. All right. Bye.
Click.
Bye.